Hi, Bo here from High Tech Investment, and welcome back to the channel where it's once again time to do the weekly review, where we are basically looking back 4 weeks on the Profit Retriever EA signals, the best EAs that we have currently out of the 25 that we are trading. We're going to have a look and see which ones are the best, which ones are the most stable ones. But as you can see from the thumbnail already, it looks like another week of $9,000. Things are looking a bit better. We can see also on the top 5, which we're going to go through here today. Things are moving up again, and hopefully September is going to be a very good one. But obviously we have a bit of way to go. On the top 10 results also here, we only have one new entry. So again, very much stable results all the way around. Some things have moved a bit. And also a new index is actually on top this particular week. It has done extremely well, and you will also see that when we start off on the top 5. So why not do that? And basically this is the FTSE 100, has done an extremely good week of $740 or 7.9%. It normally ticks in quite nicely, so definitely it has done so again, and together with the US 30 index here also with $552 or 5.5%. And then we have the second signal, also again here the US 32. It has a bit of a different setup, but you can see very close in results, $429 or 4.3%. So all these top 3 here, all indexes. First one that actually comes out is our usual suspect also here when it comes to the forex currency pairs. The Aussie Japanese number 2 made $361 or 3.6%, and then we have Australian Japanese also making $354 and 3.5%. Overall, if you would have traded those top 5 results in the past week, you would have made $2,436 or 4.9%, and that is definitely up. Not by 100%, but definitely by around 80-85% here compared to last week. Don't forget we were all the way down to $1,390, so $1,400. Now we have jumped up about $1,000 for the next week, and that is definitely the right direction. Now you can obviously find a lot more details about the Profit Retriever. We get a lot of questions all the time, and one of the answers is definitely to go to our website, have a look at all the details we have in here, because we are trying to keep also the Profit Retriever weekly top 5s, at least the last 4 weeks in there. And below you can also see our individual videos similar to the one you are watching now. We also have those in there, so it'll give you more details and information on exactly how everything works. And if you scroll a bit further down, you will even see the profits that are being made on a monthly basis with the Profit Retriever. And obviously this is not too bad at all. When you have that, you can then also have a look at our 25 EAs in the entire portfolio. So there you simply click the button here, and then you go in and see how well we are doing. We are getting very close to 500,000 now, another couple of weeks maybe. So if things are picking up in September, that means we can also do a separate video on the Profit Retriever progress from 250,000 up to double up 500,000. Now below there you also have some details and information on what we recommend, how you set it up depending on what you are trading, index or currency pairs. So basically make sure that you also take a note of this. Last but not least, we also hear from a lot of people. They want to know a bit more about the individual accounts, how they are started, and all of them, as you know, if you have seen a couple of my videos before, they start off with $10,000. That is the minimum you should basically have within the Profit Retriever EA when you start. You can get away with $100, but then you need to set it up on a cent account. So that is definitely the name of the game, but we are all also here to see the top 10 results for the past week. So let's jump over to the Excel and see how well we've done in another week. So our Excel looks the same as it always does. You have 1 to 10 on the left hand side, then you have the individual indexes, metals and forex pairs. Then we have the link for the linking service. So if you're interested in those, then the links are showing up here. And then last week's results compared to this week's also up in marking. So it's easy to see if things have been moving forwards or backwards. And then week 34 to 37 basically the weeks we're going to have a look at here, including the total sum and the total percentage, and then we'll come back to the top 5 results afterwards. But we're going to start off with number 1, the FTSE 100 index here, link 101C, definitely was number 4 last week, so a nice big jump forward, and you can see why here also. Basically week 34 did 109, but after that week 35, 36 and 37, very nice profits of 740 in week 37. Overall total sum $1,795 or 17.96%. So definitely up there with some of the best, and outperforming number 2, which is the Aussie Japanese number 2 signal here, 129C. It was number 2 last week, but it has had to move out of the way for the FTSE 100, but it's not doing too badly. So with 200 to 300 every single week cashing in, overall total sum $1,293 or 12.94%. So definitely also up there. Then we have silver. Silver didn't do very well for the past couple of weeks. We can see that week 36, 37 is at 0, so it is in a slight drawdown at the moment. Had the big week back in week 34, so we do expect that this one here is going to move down the ladder, so for next week. But so far it has done okay with $1,146 or 11.47%, and still managed to just keep within the top 3. In number 4 position, we have the US 30 index again here, and a very popular one also for link 53C, was number 1 last week, but it still had to give up its position and spot, even though it is cashing in most of the time, except for week 35 here. We had a very good week 37 also, and overall it managed $1,121 or 11.22%, so still good enough for the top 5, there's no doubt about it. And then we have the forex pair of Euro New Zealand, link 56C, also a good and old one. It was number 7 last week, so it has moved forward a bit. And you can see that it has done quite well, even though week 34 was very low. After that, it has cashed in for week 35, 392, 175 for week 36, and then now 354. So that made it just a bit short on the $1,000 mark with $978 or 9.79%. And basically that is the top 5 results. If you have a look at them on the right hand side, you can see that if you would have traded those top 5 results over the past 4 weeks, you would have made $6,337 or 12.67%. so that is definitely something to take into consideration when you are looking at the next signals to copy. If we move on to number 6, it's the other Aussie Japanese link, 98C. It was number 5 last week, and since then it has pretty much moved in the right direction in that way that it is cashing in every single week. It had almost a mirror, so on the number 5 position here with $354.47, and overall total income for those 4 weeks was $926 or 9.27, so pretty okay percent. Number 7 is the US 30, number 2, and also have link 107C in here. Was number 6 last week and has been struggling a bit, so some of the weeks. Week 34 was quite good, and week 35 and 36 was not really optimum, was in a bit of a drawdown, came out of it, and now again it looks to be working okay here for week 37 with $428. Overall $856 it made, or 8.57%. Then we have in number 8 position the Aussie 200. The Aussie 200 now has a copy link service also here, 147C. So it is an older signal, but we just haven't added it onto it. It was number 8 last week, continues this week. And also here on the index, we can see that every second week, this one has only produced a bit of a profit, but it still hasn't basically ended up with any big minuses. It has cashed in $586. 5.87%, so it's definitely a signal we're still having a closer look at. Number 9 position, US CAT, link 74C, was number 12 last week. It's a very good old stable results here also, or signal, but it has struggled a bit, but as you see it has coming out, but still low profits due to volatility of that particular currency pair. It has pretty much trended for a while. Now it seems to be basically reversing again and cashing in here with $505 or 5.05% overall. The last one is the top 10 results. Number 10 is the Euro USD, link 126C, was number 9 last week, so it had to move down just a bit. And you can also see why. It did okay in week 34, 35, and then since then it has been in a slight drawdown here, but still cashing in $502 or 5.02%. Now if we have a look at the individual weeks here, we can also see that week 34 was one of the reasonable weeks, $2,934, so 2.93%. So that was not too bad. Then week 35, there we saw a bit of a weak positioning and basically losing out in the last couple of weeks, $2,283 or 2.28%. And then week 36 was definitely the slowest of all of them again here. As I mentioned many times now, because the summer vacation, August, is not the best one at $1,516 or 1.52%. And then week 34, hopefully we'll now see something coming back again to the plate on the profit side with $2,979 or 2.98%. So overall, if you would have traded those particular 10 signals in the past 4 weeks, you would have made $9,715 or 9.72%. So there you have it, almost $10,000 over the past 4 weeks. So once again, the profit retriever has done its job. Very stable, very consistent. As you can see, a lot of the currency pairs are also very stable, very consistent. And again, having a look over the past couple of weeks video material we have made here, you can see last week was a similar one of $9,000 we made for week 36. But before then, things were looking a bit better. So for week 35, it was 11,000. Week 34, it was 12. And then 33 was actually 13,000. So very, very good numbers overall. But again, the volatility of the market doesn't really work for the profit retriever here at the moment. But we are pretty sure that it's going to come back, similar to what we have seen last year. Now, don't forget that this is not trading advice. This is not investment advice. You and you alone are responsible for your own trading. We are simply showing what we are doing, and you can obviously also go in and copy our trading. You can copy it 1-to-1. You can even take a higher risk and copy 1-to-2, or you can do what most traders should do, go down and basically just trade maybe 0.5, which means that you're taking only half the risk. I do understand that then you're also only getting half the profit, but it's entirely up to you, of course, how you want to proceed with your type of trading. We are simply showing the results that we are getting out of these EAs, and we definitely like them. So I hope also that I'm going to see you in next week's video again, or one of my other ones that I'm making at the moment here. So until then, bye-bye.